Hi, this is your Professor Sudha Kolathuparambil. Let's do some examples on optimization. Optimization means maximize or minimize a function. Usually there will be two equations. One will be the objective function, the function which we need to maximize or minimize. Other one will be a constraint, based on that constraint we will be maximizing or minimizing the function. Let's look at this example. Find the maximum profit and the number of units that must be produced and sold in order to yield a maximum profit. So while reading this, you can see that it says maximum profit. That means we need to maximize the profit function. So we need to set up the profit function. Assume that the revenue and the cost of producing X units in dollars, those are given. First we will set up the profit function. Profit is revenue minus cost. So revenue and cost functions are given. So revenue minus the cost function. So make sure you put the parenthesis while setting up the cost function, because this minus, so this is the revenue function, right? Minus, we need to subtract both the terms. That means distribute the negative. Then combine the like terms. So 70x minus 6x, that is 64x. So this is your profit function. In order to maximize the profit function, first take the derivative, set it equal 0 to find the critical value. So it has only one critical value, that is at x equals 64. Do not conclude your answer now, because we didn't maximize or minimize, we just find the critical value. Now we can use the first derivative test or the second derivative test to find the maximum or minimum. I prefer to use the second derivative test because I feel like it has less step. So take the second derivative and plug the critical value. We got the critical value equals 64, right? So substitute the critical value into the second derivative here and evaluate the second derivative. So basically evaluate the second derivative at the critical point 64. So p double prime of 64, since there is no variable here, so for any value of x, this will be always negative 1. So the second derivative at the critical value is always negative. That means it will be concave downwards, right? So at the critical value there will be a maximum. So p of x will be maximum when x equal 64 units. So x equals 64 units means 64 is the number of units produced and sold. So when 64 units are produced and sold, the profit will be maximum. Now we need to find the maximum profit. So substitute that value 64 into the profit function. So profit function, we already find that in the beginning of the problem. So replace this x with 64 to find the corresponding profit. So now we can conclude the answer. In order to yield the maximum profit of $2,023, 64 units must be produced and sold. Let's look at another example on minimizing the cost of material. So a manufacturing company specialized in food storage containers make a cylindrical soup can, and the volume of the soup can is given 250 centimeter cube. Since it is a cylinder, it will have top, bottom, those will be the circle, right, and side. So the cost of the material for two circular end, those are given, and the cost of the material for the side, that is also given. We need to find the dimension to minimize the cost of the material for the soup can, and we need to find the minimum cost too. So cylinder, it has top, bottom and the side. So if you cut open the cylinder, you can see that side is just a rectangle. So the height will be one of the side of the rectangle. So this length, you can see that will be the circumference of the circle, right? So this will be circumference of the circle is 2 pi r, right? So this length will be 2 pi r. Area of this circle will be pi r square if r is the radius. This one also pi r square. So sum of these two areas will be, area of the top and bottom of the cylinder will be 2 times pi r square. And area of this side will be length times width, right? So length is 2 pi r times the width is h. So it will be 2 pi r h. So total area of this cylinder will be area of the top and bottom plus area of the side. So 2 pi r square plus 2 pi r h. Since we need to set up the cost function because that is what we need to minimize. So first start with the cost function. Cost function, cost of the top is different, right? Top and bottom are different. So 2 pi r square we need to multiply by this cost for the cost of the material for 2 circular end. So if you multiply this value by 2 pi r square, you will get 0.0016 pi r square. Side is pi r 2 pi r h. Multiply that by the cost of the side, cost of the material for the side. So if you multiply that, you will get 0.003 pi r h. So this is the total cost for the cylinder as a function form. Here we have two unknown variables. You can see we don't know r, we don't know h. So two variables r and h. But there is another information given in the question. The volume is given. Volume of the cylinder is given, or the soup can is given. The shape of the soup can is cylinder. That's why I'm saying volume of the cylinder. Volume of the cylinder, the formula is pi r square h. So pi r square h is 250. So that will be the constraint. So we will minimize this cost function using that constraint. So we need to minimize the cost function using this constraint. So that is given. Volume is 250. So first we need to express this cost function in terms of one variable. So we can use the given information or the constraint and solve for a variable. So here I can solve for h and substitute that h into the cost function. So that is the same thing here. I use the constraint, I solve for h and substitute here in the cost function. That is the same thing here. You can see that. Now this is the cost function, but it has only one variable r. Instead we replace this h in terms of r. You can see that. And here pi will cancel, one of the r will cancel, then multiply the numbers and you can simplify it. So this is the cost function. So you can see now we can write this is C of r because it has only one variable r. Radius should be greater than 0. That's why we put r greater than 0. Now this is the function we need to minimize. So take the derivative, set it equal 0 and solve. So while taking the derivative, you can apply the power rule. 0.0016 pi, that is a constant. Pi is a number, okay? So that is a constant times derivative of r square. Derivative of r square is 2r. Then this is constant is 0.75. Function is 1 over r. Derivative is negative 1 over r square. While setting it equal 0, add this term on both sides. So that will go to the other side. Then multiply both sides by r square. Then divide both sides by this 0.0032 pi. Then take the cube root on both sides. Because this is r cube, in order to get r, you need to take cube root on both sides. You can enter this into the calculator to find this answer. Make sure this whole thing is inside the radical sign. So use a proper parenthesis while entering into the calculator. So this is the critical value. So we are not done with the problem. We just find the critical value. Now we need to minimize this function. So we can take the second derivative, then substitute this critical value into the second derivative to check the sign. I took the second derivative and I substituted the critical value into the second derivative. You can see all these are positive numbers and we are adding that. So definitely this is a positive number. That means greater than 0. So this original graph will be concave upward. So there will be a minimum at r equal 4.21. Now substitute that value into the height function to find the corresponding height. So replace this r with 4.21. So the calculation is here, that is close to 4.49 centimeter. So we found the radius and the corresponding height, which minimize the cost function. Now substitute these values into the cost function, like replace this r and h with these values to find the minimum cost. So the cost of the material will be minimum when r equal 4.21 and the minimum cost per can is $0.2672.